Happy Wednesday, everyone. It's Ms.Louisa and here for another story time. So the books I'm going to be reading today are Skippyjon Jones, Lost in Spice, and Whale in a Fishbowl. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to read Whale in a Fishbowl first. Wednesday lived in a fishbowl. It was the only home she knew. Her name was Wednesday because, like the day of the week, she was smack in the middle of everything. Everything circled around her. People flurrying, hurrying, worrying. Traffic wheeling, peeling, squealing. Even the sun, moon, and stars circled around her. Everything. But a calm bit of blue that lay at the end of it all. It was there if she leaped high enough. Her heart leaped too when she saw it, though she didn't know why. What do you think that is? Mostly she would drift, watching the world go by. People and cars, day and night. Then she'd think about the blue and wish to see it again. She'd gather her strength and make the leap. There the blue lay, beautiful. Soon she couldn't get enough of the blue. People said she was doing tricks. Ah, they said, look! Crowds clapped, horns honked. Wednesday would leap and leap. Leaping became her routine. But sometimes she'd lie along the bottom. She tried burying her head in the sand. One morning, a girl in a paisley dress approached and tapped on the glass. Wednesday came close. Hey, the girl said. Wednesday gazed into her eyes. She had seen that blue before. I'm Piper, said the girl, and you're lovely. Wednesday's reflection shone in Piper's eyes. But you don't belong in there. Wednesday blinked. She looked at her familiar shells and plants, at the starfish on the rock. This was her home. If she didn't belong here, then where? Piper was leaving. A woman was rushing her off, but before they were lost in the crowd, Piper called, You belong in the sea. The sea, the sea. What was the sea? Wednesday wondered about it all day long and all night too. What did the sea have that her fishbowl didn't have? Now she couldn't sleep. She scarcely touched her food. She no longer leaped. Could Piper have been wrong? Piper wasn't a whale. What did a little girl know? And when she did, she thought of the blue again. She ached to see it. So she gathered her strength, thrust her tail, and leaped. The blue wasn't there. Gone. Nothing but gray. Wednesday sank into the sand. Her heart hurt. If she cried, her tears were lost to the water. Then she lifted her head. Maybe she hadn't leaped high enough. She would try one final time. If the blue wasn't there, she would leap no more. Up, up, Wednesday leaped higher than ever before. Oh, that's why. so high she leaped beyond the bowl. Her tail caught the rim and the bowl toppled over. Torrents of water gushed out. The water carried Wednesday down the avenue, past all she'd ever known. It carried her into the gray, but the gray was disappearing, giving way to something else. A glorious, breathtaking blue, a blue that went on forever. She plunged into it. She swam and swam and swam. She skimmed and soared, spouted and dived. She turned somersaults. She swam strong and far and deep. And for the first time in her life, she sang. She sang about the blue and everything new around her. She sang about Piper, who had known where Wednesday belonged. Here she was at last. Then there came someone just like her who said, "Hello, welcome to the middle of the sea." The end. So now, for our second book, I'm going to be reading Skippyjon Jones' Lost in Spice. Skippyjon Jones was nuts about Mars because it was the red planet. I love red, that's what I said, and I musty put some Rusty in my big boy bed. So off he went to the kitchen where Mama and the girls were starting supper. "We're making tuna poodle casserole," crooned his sister Jilly-Boo Jones. "Tuna noodle casserole," corrected Mama. "A poodle is a dog, and we don't eat dogs." "Skippyjon thinks he's a dog," said Jezebel. "Yeah," agreed Jujubee. "He thinks he's a chihuahua." "Because his ears are too big for his head," added Jezebel. "That's enough," scolded Mama. "Pinkie Pie's ears are just fine." But Pinkie Pie was oblivious to their chatter. "May I please borrow your bottles of red spice, Mama?" he asked politely. "Yes, you may," replied Mama, pleased with her boy's manners. "But you better not be thinking of doing any sprinkling." "Nuh-uh," said Skippy, blinking. "Or tasting, pasting, or wasting. If you know what's good for you," she added. Well, Skippyjon Jones always knew what was good for him. And that was bouncing and pouncing and rocketing in the rusty red dust. "Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones, and I'm in a big race to be the first dog to bounce into space." Then a bit of the spice tickled his nose and "Achoo!" The kitty boy sneezed. "Holy hot tamales!" exclaimed Skippyjon Jones as he shot past his reflection. "What's up with that doggy in the mirror?" Then, using his very best Spanish accent, he said, "You are not a Siamese cat, dude. You are a weakened red chihuahua." And quicker than you can say jumping jacks on Jupiter, the kitty boy found his mask and cape, a mirror, a marble, and his sock monkey. He stuffed these and a few other things into his space suit while he sang in a muy soft voice. "My name is Skippito Fresquito, and I think there are Martian paritos. Some say the green creatures share all of my features. I hope it's not just favoritos." Back in the kitchen, the girls were being a big help to Mama Junebug Jones. "I love noodles," declared Jilly-Boo. "Noodles are silly," said Jezebel. "That's because they're nude," said Jujubee. "They're not nude," said Jilly-Boo, giggling. "They're naked." And she tossed one up to the ceiling where it stuck. But Skippyjon Jones wasn't stuck at all. He was suited up and ready for liftoff. The astronautito took one small step into his closet for chihuahuas and one giant leap into the universe for those chimichangas. He was well into his orbit when a comet covered in crazies cruised by. "Who goes there?" hollered Skippyjo. "Martian," came the answer. "Martian who?" "Martian to your closet and get us some frijoles, dude," said the voice. "Poquito Tito," exclaimed Skippyjo. "Is that you, amigo?" "Sí, it's all of us, los chimichangos," said Poquito Tito, the smallest of the small ones. "We are going to build a chili polvo pipeline from Mars to Earth, Papito." "Not the chili powder pipeline," declared Skippyjo. "Exactamente," howled the doggies. "Por qué?" asked Skippyjo. "Because, amigo," began Don Diego, the biggest of the small ones. "The chili powder on Mars is muy caliente, and it will keep us very warm in el invierno." Then off they zoomed. The Cuckoo Comet and the Kitty Boy made it to Mars with a soft landing. "Ooh," sighed Don Diego, "that felt marvelous." Then he turned to glance at Skippyjo. "No offense, Poco Coco, but why the suit de la nieve?" asked Don Diego. "It's not a snowsuit," declared Skippyjo. "It's a space suit." "Dude, you don't need a space suit up here," said Poquito Tito. "You need a spice suit. Mars is covered in the chili powder, chico." This made the perros go loco in the rojo, singing, "Chili-roo, chili-ree, chillerito. It's a wag of the tail for Skippyjo. For there's nothing as nice as a rollin' hot spice in the light of the Martian moonito." But a roll in the rojo should have been a no-no, because quicker than you can say, "Monkeys making meatballs," Skippyjo rolled and rolled and rolled in the opposite direction from his pipeline puchitos. "Whew," said Skippyjo, panting. "You boys are right. The spicito is hot." The astronautito was so cold under the collar that he just had to take off his spacesuit. "Muchachos," he called out. There was no answer. "Uh-oh," Skippyjo said to himself. "I'm lost in space." But the astronautito did not panic. He grabbed his binoculars and climbed up onto a roca, and that's when he saw it. "Holy gringarillas," gulped Skippyjo. "It's a Martianito." The puchito pounced just a whisker away from the unearthly creature. Dude, your ears are too big for your head. Your ears are too big for your head. Your head is too big for your body. Your head is too big for your body. You are not a Martian. You are not a Martian. "No, I know I'm not a Martian, dude," said Skippyjo. "I'm a Chihuahua, just like you." To prove his point, Skippyjo ran back to his spacesuit and pulled out the little rojo mirror he had packed. "Look," said Skippyjo, holding it up so both their faces showed. "We are tweens." What's different between the two of them? The Martian was so mesmerized that he could not take his uno ojo off himself. Skippyjo was so excited that he could not stop hopping and flapping his arms. Then all of a sudden he remembered that he was lost. "Hey, come on, uno ojo," called the kitty. "Boy, we've got to go find me some amigos." But uno ojo said nada. He simply sat and stared at his image in the mirror. "Okie dokie," said Skippyjo. "I'll go, but you have to keep your eye on my stuff, especially my sock monkey." Then he took off faster than a tiddlywink in a tornado. He didn't have to go far. In less time than it takes to tickle a termite, Skippyjo found his cucuritos cooped up inside a crater. "Dudes!" shouted Skippyjo. "Dude," whispered Don Diego. "You are just in tiempo." "In time for what?" Skippyjo asked. "Obras de la muerte," said Poquito Tito with a shiverito. Not the men from Mars, declared Skippyjo. The mere mention of Martians made the muchachos go mad. Knock, knock, who goes there? There's Martians everywhere, slurping sloppy ice cream cones, speeding in the spicy zones. Mossy Martians on the move. What do they think they have to prove? We did not come here for a fight. We want to build. We will not bite. Then Skippyjo felt the fur stand up on the back of his neck, because the critters were about to have 5 crazy creatures for company. Holy hoopleheads, hollered Skippyjo, here they come. Before Skippyjo could think of what to do, the Verde visitors piled out of their space buggy bearing all of Skippyjo's stuff. 2 were green and mossy, while the 3rd was green and bossy. The 4th was green and funky, and the 5th was green and... Monkey! Yelled Skippyjo, that's my sock monkey! Ditto! Declared Skippyjo's one-eyed Martian twin, emerging from the green group before him. Without saying another palabra, Skippyjo picked up his monkey's paw and pulled. First Skippyjo yanked it this way, then Uno Ojo yanked it that way. It's to go monkey-to, cheered the chimichangos. On the count of 3, the papitos planned to pull tambien, but as the doggies shouted, Uno! The Martians hollered, Ojo! And uh-oh! Uno Ojo let a go-go, sending the kitty boy flying. Silly book. Skippyjo and his sock monkey hurtled headfirst back to earth and out through his closet door. Kaboom! He hollered, breaking the sound barrier and maybe his head. Skippyjon Jones! Exclaimed Mama, rushing into his room. What on earth are you doing? The kitty boy stood up and shook off a cloud of red spice. I didn't do anything on Earth, Mama, replied Skippyjon. I did everything on Mars. Oh, that's terrific, Major Tom, said Mama. Then she straightened the kitty boy's ears. You must be starving. Later that night, the kitty boy looked up the starry sky. Mars, he muttered, beginning to bounce. Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones, and I'd like my red jammies, 'cause they're made from the wool of green Martian lammies. Stop bouncing, Pinkie Pie, scolded Mama. I'm not pink, I'm red, said Skippy. It's over, Red Rover, said Mama. Just go to sleep. And that's exactly what he did. Well, I hope you enjoyed those books, and tune in next time.